But if it's me, then you, and that's the way I like it. And that's the way I
And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. And it's McDaniels off the drive. Here's the three. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. And here are the Hawks now. Williams from long range. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Well, Brennan, this one tonight, you got two teams that have struggled to find any sort of confidence.
You're right, B.A., and the thing that you want most is to find out where inspiration is going to come from. You don't want to rely on your coaching staff and use the coach's verbiage to get you going. Some player is going to stand up and stand out tonight, and like a weather vane, things can just shift. And with a win here tonight, the team could go on a little bit of a roll to reestablish some of their confidence for the rest of the season.
Chicago shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And it's been interesting watching Ball find his place in the league. He's done a good job improving his game and focusing on the things he does best.
Now here's Adebayo. Six to shoot. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Outside, Williams. Puts up a three. Williams can't get that one to fall.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
B.A., it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. I mean, his shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we can put a ceiling on what that potential is.
And Atlanta has possession. Chicago making their last shot. Here's Giddey. Back to Adebayo. From the arc. Chicago with a rebound.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the line.
Wow. And Wiseman, that long frame and that left hand. Whip that pass to his teammate.
And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Trailing by 2. Left side, Giddey. Williams with the screen. Fires the three.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range. Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
That three's off the mark. Right side, Williams. Back to Giddey. Williams on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Wiseman.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. And Giddey has got the ball here for Atlanta. Dort outside. Three-pointer. Chicago with a rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim, that's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here's Williams. The offensive rebound. From deep, Giddey. On target from range.
Impressive decision there as Giddey just shot that one with no hesitation.
And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Now here's Dort. Still no points. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Giddey. 5 points in the game. A minute 31 left in the first. Here's Adebayo. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Well, around the rim, Bam Adebayo makes so many things happen because he's so athletic.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, B.A., would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul.
Just keep seeing more and more evidence about Jalen Williams being the total package, a swingman who scores it, rebounds, passes, and can defend.
Now here's Giddey. Williams on the wing. Off target from outside.
Going to struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
The Hawks trailing. 34 seconds left in the first. Pass to Williams. Back to Giddey. Fires for three. That shot, no good. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. Now here's Wiseman. Here's Hero. Williams defending. A shot from the high post. Hero, no good.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Beyond the arc. Williams misses. Good if it goes. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls out in front. They're up by 1. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. The effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Graham.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Chicago leading. Here's Herder. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, getting to the right spot so important in the offense, and Herder positioned himself well in the fast break.
Williams' shot is good.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Wallace. After the basket by Chicago. The three. It's hauled in by Marjanovic.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Drives to the hoop. Buzelis' shot is good.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
Hawks trail by 5. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
He goes up. And the finish on the break with the slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Williams on the wing. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Blocked! Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Buzelis. 4 on the clock. DeSumo, left side. Knocked loose.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. And you look at Matas Buzelis, size, touch, feel for the game too, Graham.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
They set a pick. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Hayes. And the layup is good. Hayes has got 4 points this quarter.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Hawks trail by 9. It's Dort on the wing. To end the run, Buzelis grabs the board.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Pass to Hayes. Dosunmu on the wing. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And there's the foul. It's on Ayo Dosunmu. That's his first foul. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Wallace with it. Hayes picks him up. Pass to Thor. Dort for 3. Achua. Rebound by the Bulls. And out of bounds. The Hawks will have it. Hawks trail by 9. Wallace outside. It's Dort on the wing. Here's Thor. Still without a bucket. Atlanta again missing. Chicago with the ball. A big stretch here going. 10-2. It's tipped. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Hey, shot's good.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets.
To the middle. Outside Herter. Screen by Marjanovic. Kept alive. And they converted last on attempt number 3. And the Bulls lead by 11. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Chicago.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. .24 left to play in the first half of basketball. Outside, Williams. Back to Giddey. The kick out to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
These are his first free throws of the game. First one falls for him.
Getting one of those guys who, when he's on the floor, plays with that kind of joy that Steve Kerr often talks about with Steph Curry. This is a guy who wants to keep improving in any way that he can.
And there it is for him. 10 points for him.
They've really gotten away from the three-point shot as they've pulled out in front.
Pass to Thor. The three is up. And he gets it back. The three ball. Here's Williams. Launches a three. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They've led by as many as 11. Just 2 seconds between the shots.